All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tick once again for another video. All right, again. So, I want to talk about, we're going to be hitting this topic multiple times, okay? Women always ask where the good men are, whatever. Again, remember I said this before. Some of these young girls that are in the video did or whatever, when they get older, they're going to be like, oh, where are all the good men now because you pissed the whale out of the good men. But you know what? I don't want to be sound like this guy's bringing you down and all stuff for women. No, because I respect women, and like in that video I said when they were saying, "Oh, they're bad bees." You want a bad bees like me and saying the N word, all that stuff. Women like that I would never date. You guys could call me lame and boring, all that stuff, and that's most of y'all with that. But you know what? I could tell you, dating me has benefits. It really does. I'm not broadcasting it out there. I'm just saying I have benefits because never been in jail, never been locked up, I don't have no transmitted diseases. I have no insurmountable debt. A house and a solar panels on my new house I just bought. That's about it. That's it. No car debt, no student loans, got a degree, got a good job, have a career, own my own company, travel around the world, did shows, make money, have made 7 figures. So, hey, and I treat ladies with respect. I don't go with the whole 50. I know people say 50-50, and I don't want to say I won't be 50-50, but I'll tell you this: I never will, I never have. Even to the woman I'm dating right now, and all the women before, ain't no happy life, happy wife, happy life with me. Happy couple, happy life. That's the way I do that. If you ain't reading that, then I'm not messing with you. Okay, but I want this YouTuber. I'm gonna drop stuff down in the description box. She is a very good YouTuber. She's married, a black woman, and I love her because she's what a woman I would always be looking for. And of course, the woman I'm dating right now is the same way too. Natural hair, beautiful, natural skin, like natural, feminine. She brings peace to my life. That's one of the things she puts on the table that I love. I don't have to come home, argue. I have to come home, do whatever. We have conversations. We do whatever. I could tell you just a past last week. I went to work at 8 o'clock. I came home at 9 o'clock that night. Because a lot of people don't understand that when you're going to make all this money, you work some crazy hours. And women don't want to work crazy hours. You don't want to work from 8 till 8. So in other words, I worked 11 hours because I finished around like 8:50, something like that, and I came home around 9 o'clock. She was there, food was done. She said, "Hey, how you doing?" We talked about the office. She's watching TV, not really into the TV, but she's talking to me and we're having a conversation. I said, "Thank you, dear. Thank you, babe, for doing my food," and I appreciate that. Yeah, that's it. She cooked, and she could tell you, I cook for her too. I've cooked for her. I've cooked breakfast for her. She said I spoil her because we both cook. We don't really go out to restaurants that much. But point taken. Let's get into the video right here. This like I said, this is the channel is Sarah Liana. Very good YouTuber, and I like what she has to say. So let us again shout out to her. Her topic is many black women don't want a good man. So I want you to hear her story, and you're going to show you what I was talking about.
I started the sisterhood group about a month ago, and everything's going really well. I have over 180.
I'll let her talk to you because she's reaching out and doing stuff for black women and everything, and other women of color as well too. And that's good. That's good. And I have nothing against that. Okay? So I just want to set up because she's doing a good thing.
Members in it. Only about 100 of them are actually active, but it's really nice. I meet with them twice a week, and I have to go to every meeting because I'm the organizer, but it's really nice. I'm able to meet with women from all different walks of life, different lifestyles, different perspectives, different beliefs, and it's dope. That was purposely done because I did not want to just meet with a bunch of like-minded women, because one of my missions is to help elevate the mentality of the black woman. If I just preach to the choir, I can't do that,
That's true, and I get that.
I need women that don't think like me so that I can offer them a different perspective and offer them a different way of life.
That's true, and just like with me and my girlfriend, like I said, I told her, I've told this to many women in the past as well too. I don't want you to agree with me 100% because I want to keep you. You have a mind. You're an individual. I want to hear what you say. Whatever. We don't have to make it all argumentative about certain stuff, but we could talk about it. But, and I'm not that stubborn that I won't talk to a female something, because again, it was like I had a conversation. Me and my girl had a conversation a while ago. She taught me something. She taught me many things I didn't know, but it was something that I had we were talking about, and I didn't even know that existed. I was like, hey, okay, and she told me about this. It's like, oh, you taught me, and then again, baby, you taught me something that I didn't know. I am not that stubborn to be like, oh, I know everything. I do more research than most people, but I am also ignorant. And again, ignorant doesn't mean you're stupid. Ignorant just means that you're not knowledgeable about a certain topic.
Because like I said, the mentality of a black woman is really important. Like I've said 1,000 times, we raise entire generations and we set the standards for men to adapt to,
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I'm doing with the sisterhood group. And at my most recent meetup, text message, sorry. At my most recent meetup, there was a topic that came up that I feel like is really important, and it's something that I really want to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to talk about it. The topic was black men choose white women over black women because men think black women are too, they said, masculine. They did this as if they aren't really masculine.
Thank you, ma'am. Some of y'all been, because the black community is basically it's not a patriarchy, it's a matriarchy, and most of y'all are masculine. And again, I understand with some of them, can you have to defend for yourself? I'm not against that. But you should have an appeasement if you want to be in a relationship. In other words, agreeability. And some of y'all don't.
And they're like, black men think black women are too bitter or too angry or too controlling or whatever. And they said, whereas white women submissive and they're stupid and they let men are submissive.
And that's another thing that me and my girl talked about, whatever. Submissive, does that mean it's in the old context? Being agreeable, having a conversation, that's what that meant. But we turn it into a negative thing, and submissive being like slave and all the other stuff, and y'all could go with that nonsense.
And they're stupid and they let men do whatever and run over top of.
No, they don't. And white women would do black men bad, just as bad as anything else too. So that if you're a black man out there, you think that, you're stupid. You're stupid. No. I understand one of black women's number one thing that they don't like, that annoys them. Sorry, but it's the truth. It's the attitude. The attitude is the number one thing that always what we don't like. We want peace. We don't want argumentative. I want to come home and relax. I don't want to come home and argue. I don't want to come home and be disagreeable, whatever. No.
Them and they let men just sit around on the couch all day and spend up all their money or whatever, and a black woman is not having that. A black woman is going to tell a black man what he needs to do as a man, and they were saying we have to be masculine as black women because men do not protect us, they do not provide for us, they rather do it for white women, but when it comes to us, we have to be aggressive with them and fuss at them and yell at them to tell them what they need to do in order for them to do these things to us.
That's the attitude I was talking about, but
it's like we have to raise them up. And so I listened to these women. I understood everything that they were saying, but I asked one of them if she could.
Before she get into that, again, like she said, we gotta raise them up. And people never understood this. Even to my girl, she never understood this, and she understands now. But when I said, we were like, oh, black men are this, like I said, who raised them up? Now she always saying, well, the father's not there, so they're missing out something. And I agreed to her on that point. But where you get most of your knowledge and your things from your mom, since your mom's the only person that she can't teach you to be a man. I did a video about that as well too. And as I said before, men are not put here to serve. In that same video, I said men are not put here to serve no woman. And women are not put here to serve no man. I get all this in the biblical sense and everything. Should be at least equal, as best as yoke as you can, and be a couple again. Happy couple, happy life.
Could explain to me her situation, her personal situation, and she was like, yeah, her man, she said, my man sit around at home on a couch all day. He don't do nothing. He don't help me with no bills. All he do is get high all the time, and I be having to tell him, get your ass up off my couch.
You let him do that. Why you let a man like that? If he's not doing none of the stuff, he should not be in your house. Or should I say apartment. Most of these are, but some of them are houses. Yeah, because I remember that lady from Steve Harvey when his thing, and she was like, I want a thug and all that stuff. Like, why? You're 42 years old. You're 42 years old. You have 2 degrees and you want a thug? What?
I could be sitting in my house all day, every day. You gonna help me. You gonna do things around the house. You gonna help me with these kids. You need to go get a job.
That should have been there before you even get the kids. That should have been established from the get-go before you have to give him kids.
And she was just saying, like, she said sometimes she'll have to tell them, you acting like your damn daddy. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna be shit just like him. You need.
And that's gonna mess up the child's psyche. Oh, ain't that how that work?
To do this, you need to do it. And
I feel you, sister. I feel you.
so, as she was saying these things, she was kind of giggling, and the other woman in the room, you could tell that they were like, oh my God, me too. They were like giving each other high five, like, girl, yeah.
Echo chamber. And also, I always never understand this. Even my girl can't understand this, and sometimes she said, I get it, and she does it herself too, and I'm like, I don't get it. If you don't do these bad traits, why are you defending the bad traits of other people? If I do like that, like she just listed that guy right there, all that traits, that guy's a bum. Kick his butt out. Grow up and get him out of your house, and you should have never had kids with him in the first place. You shouldn't, because again, unless he raped you, he should have never had access to your womb at all. And that's what a lot of you women fault in. Not black women, but a lot of women too. That's why a lot of guys don't want to date you because y'all single mothers, whatever. I have no problem if you're divorced or you're widowed. That's understandable. That's expected. I get that. But you share the womb to somebody that you're not in marriage and all that stuff with. And most of y'all was like, Christian, I'm God and everything, and you don't do that. Please.
Yes, me too. I be having to tell my man the same thing. He just like his daddy. He don't do this and he don't do that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Again, I feel you, sis.
And so I listened to them. And after they finished yelling and screaming over top of each other, because that's how a lot of black women talk to each other.
Some weird reason. That's why I said again, attitude and all that stuff, but whatever.
After they finished, I said, it's not wrong to want your man to be a protector and provider. You're not wrong for wanting that. As a woman, all of us should want that from our man, because naturally men were warriors, they were hunters, they were gatherers, you know. These are things that they did. They were protectors and providers by nature. They're leaders, and they provided guidance and all of that stuff by nature. So absolutely you should want your man to do that. And any man that does not have a natural instinct to do these things, can we actually refer to him as a man? No.
So I agree with her.
You're not wrong for wanting that. What's wrong, however, is your approach. You are not going to make a man change. You can, however, inspire change. And
I'll say this to you guys out there: when when these women get in their 30s and 40s, there's a few that will change because they get lonely and understand that. But stop trying to change older women. Okay, I'm doing this right here. I'm talking to you younger women. Seriously. The stuff that you've seen and some stuff that your mom's seen and what she's talking about, that's gonna get you lonely. That's also gonna create you a miserable life as well too. Now you got the courts behind you. You have a chain crowd behind you. You have media behind you. You have social media behind you. But when that camera goes off, when you're in that house by yourself, because again, there's another video I'm gonna do with this lady, Stormy Wilmington, Washington, whatever her name is. When the camera's off, yeah, she's like, oh, I make $6 million and stuff. Yeah, you got a come up on doing other stuff, kind of like a Cardi B situation. But you made your money, and I'm not knocking you, sis. Last year you made $16 million. You're right, you're good, whatever. But when the camera's off, she's crying. She's miserable. but she puts on the front for other women. From the yes, girl, you do your thing, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, when the camera's off. See, when the camera's off, I go to my bed and I sleep good at night because I ain't gotta worry about crap. Even though I have somebody now, even before that, I sleep good because you know what? I ain't got no child out there. I ain't got no problems out with none of that stuff. So I ain't gotta worry about that. My money's doing what it gotta do. My thing is doing what I gotta do. So I'm cool.
Man, but you're not going to inspire change in him with the approach that you have, by being aggressive with him, by yelling at him, by telling him that he ain't shit, by pointing out all his flaws, by telling him everything that he does wrong, by belittling him, by disrespecting him. None of that is going to make him change. If anything, that is going to make him resent you and make him want a white woman even more. I never try to just.
And also, it's the same thing for guys. Like you can't belittle women as well too. Okay, don't do that. Don't belittle them. Don't whatever. Be if you're gonna be straight in your tone, be straight in your tone. But don't come off as that situation because it's not good. Just not. Okay? Just letting you know.
Justify why men want white women, because I still feel like that's not an excuse, but that is just one of the reasons why black men do prefer white women over black women. It's not because white women are stupid and submissive. It's because you are disrespectful and you do not respect him as a man. Now, the next question I had for this woman was, did she have sex with her man? And she was like, well, yeah, of course, I still have needs.
So you give him what he wants, and that's why he don't care. That's the problem. You give him what he wants, he don't care. He's like, okay, I'm getting sex still, so she don't really care. She could shoot, blah 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 blah. I tune you out, but hey baby, I need some of that D. All right, baby, I'm gonna give you that D. I'm gonna get all up. That's it. That's not a healthy relationship at all. And then you have a kid by him, and it's. That's why I said in other video, I said, you don't put sex on the first date. But these younger women are like, oh yeah, have sex on the first date. We're grown, we all that. Yeah, they can say all that stuff, guys. But again, remember, they got a court system in there, and court system, media, social media, all that stuff is back in their back. It's got their back. Don't. Because I showed another video where, again, this man had sex one time with this woman. She had a child. Not by him. She lied, changed the paternity test, the lab test. He went to jail for 5 years. And then when they went to court, they figure out, now she did fraud. Did she went to jail? No. Perjury, and she did fraud. Didn't went to jail. So again, one time can change everything, dudes.
This is where I got a little irked and things got a little awkward.
Yes.
Because this is an issue with the black community, with black women in general.
Yes.
You're gonna sit around and talk about everything he does wrong. He don't do this right, he don't do that right, he don't protect, he don't provide, he lazy, he ain't got no drive, no ambition, no goals.
Why is he in your house?
Yet he's in your house.
Thank you.
You're giving him money to buy weed.
Exactly.
And you're having sex with him.
That don't make no sense. She said it right there, like, wait, hold on. All he does is buy weed and all that stuff. Who gives him the money to buy the weed? Yo. In other words, you're acting like government baby mama now.
If you have no standards, what makes you think he is going to live up to them? You gotta have standards first, honey.
My point is, he should never be in your house in the first place. That's what he's doing. You see that? Oh, I'm not getting none of this thing. Get the hell out of my house.
Why is he even? How do you even get wet for a man with no drive, no goals, no ambition, no nothing?
Say, girl.
Why are you even accepting him in your home? Why?
Say, girl.
Where are your standards? You know what I mean? And that is one of the issues. We allow these men to get everything that a good man is deserving of.
Mm-hmm.
Our attention, our love, our sex, our body, all of that, our minds. Yes. We give all of that, all this energy to these men that we say that aren't good men.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Exactly. Why?
Why would you do that? Why would he change if he's already getting everything that he wants from you? It's no reason for him to change. You're not giving him a reason to change. You're giving him everything he wants, right? And then I had to just think about it for a second because I could feel the room was getting heated, but I didn't care. And I had to just be real. And the real...
Which is accountability, which is kryptonite to most women. And they ain't black women only, it's most women. Accountability, because they always quick to say, oh, well, this ain't that. Because, again, like I said before, y'all say these men ain't whatever. And yes, the father's not in the thing, but the mom traits is what's in these boys. These boys are not that. So they're being coddled. So I don't want another mother. I don't want another mother. I have one mother. I have one mother, and that's it. I want a wife. I want a girlfriend. I don't want another mother at all. That's why one of my songs is say, I don't want a baby mama drama. I don't want a baby. Nah, I want me a wife.
The real fact of the matter is, a lot of sisters do not want good men. They prefer these type of brothers that don't have goals, that don't have a good job, that don't have drive, that don't have ambition, that aren't good protectors, that lack in these areas where a man should be plentiful in.
This is a woman saying this, not me. Okay? I've said it before, but I'm just saying, I let a woman tell you this. And she got her receipts because she is married. And has a good, life, relationship and everything.
They go for these type of men instead of a good man because when they have this type of brother, they can tell him everything he's doing wrong. They can belittle him. They can disrespect him, and they like that.
Because they like that power. There's a power grab thing, or the attention of having the illusion of that power.
That's why when they were talking about it, they were laughing, they were giggling, they were giving each other high five. Like, yes, I talk to my man like that too. I have to tell my man that too. Ha ha ha. They think it's funny because they like the idea that they feel superior over their man. They like feeling like they are in control of him. They like that position of authority, of power. They like being able to say, get the fuck up off my couch.
Matriarchy.
I'm about to kick you out of my house. You need to do this. You ain't shit. They like being able to talk to men like that. They like that. But if the role was reversed and they did have a good man, now they can't talk to him like that. They can't be disrespectful to him. Now they actually have to watch their mouth. Now they have to level up. Now they might actually have to be submissive. Hold up.
And I say that too because of one thing. Because like my ex-fiance, she was like, oh, you're intimidated by me. Get the F out of here with that BS. I ain't intimidated. The only woman I've ever been intimidated in my life was my mother. Two women, my mother and my grandmother. That's it. None other women. None. Not at one. I don't care who you are. None. Why? Why would I be intimidated by you? You ain't got nothing that makes me feel insufficient or nothing. We're supposed to be on the same level. I make money, you make money. That's it. Let's go.
That's one of the reasons why women prefer those type of men over good men. Because a good man is a man that is plentiful in all these areas where these other men lack. Brothers that you do pay attention to, they lack in these areas where good men actually have this stuff. They have the goal, the ambition, the drive. If they don't have a lot of money, they're working towards it. You know what I mean? They are protectors. They are leaders. They provide guidance and all this, the knowledge and the strategic planning and all this other stuff that comes with being a good, strong, masculine black man. They have all of this. So now he can actually turn around and tell you where you lack as a female. As a feminine woman, he can say, you're not feminine enough. You're not nurturing enough. You're not.
And that's not belittling, okay? Don't. As I said, there's a difference between that and belittling. Because you say you're not female enough. You're not this enough. He ain't saying that you're an ancient woman and all that other stuff. Again, that's the difference.
Not affectionate enough. You're not sexual enough. You don't have sex enough. You're not sensual enough. You're not creative enough. You don't teach your children enough. You don't cook decent meals enough. You don't keep this
that is damn sure
house clean enough.
That's for sure.
And if a man tells you that, now, oh my goodness, he is controlling. He is a misogynist. He is a chauvinist.
Exactly.
But it's okay for you to point out everything that a man does wrong.
But it does wrong, but then you belittle him by calling him ancient man and all the other stuff like that in that regard. Yeah, ain't it funny how that works out? Yeah, that's why he said that. That's why I want a lady tell you that.
It's okay for you to tell him what he needs to do. It's okay for you to point out all his flaws and tell him all the areas he lacks as a man, but a man can't do that to you. That is a problem with black women, and we need to stop that. It is a huge problem. Mm-hmm. And a man that is a good man, he has standards. He's going to want you to do better. The same way you don't want your no good brother to do better. He's going to want you to do better too. Because he has options. And that's another thing. Another reason why sisters don't want good men, because good men have options, and they understand that these women these options, they're good women.
And I want to add it to her point, because the women I'm talking about, the women I have dated in my life, except for I cannot say my first girlfriend because that's high school, whatever. They were not hood rats. They won't hood rats. They won't get older one another. And these women who have degrees, these women who have, that makes, 100K jobs and stuff like that, and from 50 to 100K. They were working in hospitals and all. They were good. They make their money. They won't get them. But there are some, again, like I said, accountability is a kryptonite to some of them. I'm telling you.
But the brother that's not a good man.
Because we're boring. Remember I did a video about that where a girl said, oh, you're in a drug dealer. Yeah, you're boring. You have a 9-to-5 job. You're boring. Oh, I'm boring because I have a 9-to-5 job. But a drug dealer who gets shot up and could do all kind of stuff, he's exciting and he protects his women. No, he don't. He protects himself.
His options are not women. They're the type of woman that you would say are no competition, right? So you don't have nothing to worry about with him. You feel like he only gonna be with some type of bummy chick. You think.
And you know what? That's what my ex, in a way, thinks as well too, because she thought, oh, I'm not gonna whatever. I'm like, because she also had an insecurity about. It's funny. She said I was insecure, but because of what I've done, and I've told her and many women of this. I do music. I travel. I'm on stage. Women around me, all kind of stuff. On my Facebook page, you see women there. I can't stop that. They take pictures of me. Okay, but no, I don't play that game with other women. No woman comes back to my hotel room. I don't play that. No one comes to my hotel room. No, not at all. I make sure.
But a good man,
because I told her before. I said, she's like, oh, you're doing this to your radio host. She likes you. Yeah, I know she likes me. But that doesn't, it takes two to tango, and I'm not tangoing. Why don't you just believe me when I'm saying that? Have you seen me do anything? No. Have you seen me? No. I've not done that. I've never cheated on a woman, and I am never going to cheat on a woman because I know how it feels to be cheated on, and that feeling is devastating. So I never want to do that. That's why I said when a woman put a child, do stuff to me, I'm like, nah, I don't want that feeling go to her. I don't want to put that feeling on certain people. But you was intimidated because I could have options. You thought at the end you didn't thought I have options because you think whatever. But before you was like, oh, he has options, you could whatever. And I didn't do that. I had options, but I never acted on them because I never do that. I was with you, but I'm the one who's intimidated by you. Yeah. He
has some real good options. So you got to level up. That means you got to do some work with yourself. You have to change some things. You have to improve in some areas. You have to elevate. And sisters don't really, they're not trying to really work on nothing. This whole feminist movement have made women feel like they're just perfect. Nothing they do is wrong. It's all on a man. So when you do have a good man that's like, oh no, you need to work on this. You need to work on that. They don't like that. Now they feel inferior. Now they feel inadequate. No, they like to feel like they're perfect. They like to feel like they're the ones in control. So that's why they go for this man that don't have nothing, that doesn't do all the things that they want them to do. They lack standards. And I'm not even gonna say they lack standards. They may have them, but they prefer this man that doesn't have the things, doesn't have everything going on, because they just like being able to belittle him, and they like being disrespectful because they can't disrespect the good man. They can't talk down on him, And I don't think that.
Yeah, because I have turned down women myself. I remember a woman was trying to get to me, and she was talking about, because I said I want to have kids, and this woman had kids, and she's like, well, why don't you? She's like, well, would you date a person who have kids? I'm like, maybe, and that's like a 10% chance, depending on if the person I click with or whatever. But I want to have kids myself. Or maybe she doesn't want to have she don't want to have kids. Well, if she don't want to have kids, I'm not going to lead her on. I'm gonna say, hey, we could be friends or whatever, but no, we can't have we can't have a relationship. We should not be together. And she was like, well, maybe, Tig, that person could be the perfect person for you. Well, ma'am, apparently not, because if they're perfect for me, they would want to have a kid with me. Don't you see the mismatch in there? No, I've turned women down, and some of them have come back ferociously and like, oh, whatever, because they're like, oh, you turned me down, you turned all this. Again, I'm not an average looking guy. I would say I'm a 5 at best on the handsome scale. I don't care. I have confidence in what I am, though. So so women be like, oh, okay, you should be happy, you should be proud that you got a good looking woman like me. And some of these women are 9, some of them are 8s. I wouldn't say there's a 10 because there's no 10 out there. But they have that. But yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, you should. No, I'm not. If our values and all that stuff don't match up and your thinking is weird, because again, my biggest turn off is your attitude and your thinking. If you're stupid, I don't even wanna. And I'm not talking like the mental stuff, like the stuff of how you argue and how you do stuff. It's just like say you can bicker and all that. I don't need that in my life. I do not. Bye bye.
A good man should disrespect or talk down on anybody, because my man is a good man. And if you ever talk to him, if he ever says anything about our relationship, he'll probably tell y'all that I'm a crybaby and I'm very spoiled, because I am. And just a few weeks ago, I just bust out crying because of his approach. And that's why I feel like the approach of women should not be harsh. The approach of man shouldn't be either, because I just bust up crying. I was just like, you always focus on everything bad I do. You never talk about anything good I do. And I was just crying really hard. And he tried to explain to me that like a coach is not going to go horse for a player with no potential, but he's gonna go hard for that one that he knows is good. You know, that he knows.
And what she's talking about, women. Let me help you out here. Do not do this to guys who got a street mentality. Because I've seen women like, oh, you know, he did this, he went in jail, and I hold him down for 5 years, send him checks and stuff like that. That's not a guy with potential if he's doing that. A guy who's keeping it legal and up should be the guy you do this. Don't go with that nonsense and put what she just said to that. She's talking about a guy who has a potential to do stuff in the further. When a girl was dating, we was in college and stuff like that, she know my potential. She know I was going to be. She know I would have been this successful. I did not know I would be this successful. And I did not do it for her. I did it for myself. I'm never going to do something to women. My house, cars, all that stuff, I don't do it because I want a woman. I do it because I want to. Like I said about the Fresh and Fresh thing, I got a car. I work on a car because I like cars. I like working on cars. I didn't get an expensive car to just get a car and be like, hey man, what's going on? Nah, I get it because I want to work on cars because I like cars. I'm an inquisitive guy. I got a house because if me and my girl right here, and we got family, she knows it, we got family, we got rooms to put kids in so they could be good. And when they grow up, each kid could have their own room. Ken, that's on our side chat. He and his wife have been married for 7 years. They did not. He said he didn't want a kid until he didn't not in an apartment in his own house. That's his standard. Now that was hard for his wife, maybe she has baby fever and all that stuff, but that's his standard. He wanted that so when he has a kid, the kid has room and all that stuff. He could go in the backyard to play and all that stuff. That was his standard. And respect, shout outs to Kendrick on that.
Has something that can be better, that has something in them, right? And I have to explain, I'm not a football player. I'm a woman with Felix, So, and he is changing his approach, but the reason that he does this is because he wants me to elevate. He knows who I can be, what I can be. And that's how good men are. They want you to improve. You know, it's easy when you have a bunch of yes men that's in a movement, a feminist movement that just tells you everything you do is right.
Right.
And that it's all on the man. But when you have a good man that's like, oh no, you should improve in this area. You can do this better. You can do that better. Let's elevate here. Let's work on that. As a woman, you need to do this. Because as a masculine man, he's going to have all the masculine area straight. He's going to need you to be feminine to balance him out.
Exactly.
Because full creative empowerment comes from both feminine and masculine together.
Not
just a bunch of
amen to that.
So you need to be feminine as a woman if you're going to be with a good masculine man. You know? And so that is one of the issues that we have. Black women don't want a good man because they don't want to have to be feminine. They don't want to have to work on the things that they need to work on. They like being able to be assertive and hard and disrespectful and belittle people, and they want to be, they feel inadequate, so they want to feel like they're in a position of authority, and they enjoy talking to men like that. So I just want to put that out there. Stop saying that you want a good man when you know you don't. You know you don't.
And again, and this is a group that she created where she thinking she got women that could help to understand again the same thing, and she started in there. Again, not all women, we generalize. There's no absolutes. It's not all black women that does this, because again, the woman I got is not that. So yes, but is that harsh tone? No.
Just tell the brother that you with, you know what, you can just be no good. It's fine. I'm gonna keep taking care of you as long as I get to talk shit to you. And he's not gonna change. He's not gonna change because by now he's learned to tune you out. He now knows that
I just said that
you're going to give him everything he wants and needs. All he gotta put up with is your nagging ass mouth.
That's what I said. Blah 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 blah. Baby, I want some penis. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you that, baby. That's it. He gets what he wants. I got a roof over my head. I ain't gotta do nothing. I'm getting free with JJ. I'm good. I said that earlier.
Mouth. So it's lost cause. You know what I mean? So if you really want a good man, you need to make some changes. You know, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. It's just a topic that came up. It's something that I know is very relevant in the black community. I see it all the time. And black women need to just stop doing that. You know, you don't want a good man, so just stop saying that. Just yeah.
Shout out again to Sarah Liana. Again, I get that. Shout outs to her. Go to her channel, subscribe. She does drop stuff, and she talks about men too. I'm not having this woman because she's saying stuff about black men ain't great, whatever. No, black men ain't great. Black women ain't great. White women men ain't great. Women, no. Because remember, I always say evil comes in all shapes, sizes, color. Like I said in my Project Over Mike shows, when I say that, here's the thing: men, good people also comes in all height, creed, race, color, sex, opportunity, places. Good is good, okay, and evil is evil. Bad is bad, and all that point. All right, but when a majority of the numbers shows the majority, hey, that's what it is. So shout outs to her. I get that. And everybody has a good definition of a good man, so I understand that point as well too. But I'm just saying, on a serious note, man, that's the way you have it. So again, you can go to her channel, subscribe to her channel, because she goes out good content, and I like what she says. I also like she also has her man on the channel too, talking about stuff that brothers need to do, whatever, just like that. Again, I do not. My mission is to again navigate through the shark-infested waters. I am not gonna give you the best of you. I'm gonna give you everything you need so you could be the best version of yourself. I don't know you, so I don't know how to give you the best version of you. But I will tell you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Why? Because the negative falls can mess up your life. You have one life to live, and the negative downfall from it is very massive. All right. So with that said, as I always say, people are stupid, individuals are smart. Be the smart individual. All right. This is a take for PO and for Straight No Chasers. I'm out.